Okay, everyone, and we're live. So, okay, hello, guys. Welcome to Earful of Dirt. This is Victor speaking, Victor Perez. By the way, just to let you know, this was sort of like a last minute thing that I'm doing right here. Just to let you know, right now I'm going to have a bit of a Lineouts interview of sorts. This is going to be episode 12, by the way, of Lineouts. And joining me today, by the way, is the president of the Dominican Rugby Federation, as well as the captain of the national team, and also fellow Victor, Mr. Victor Silverio. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Silverio. Un placer.
Hi, for me it's a pleasure as well. Thank you for inviting me to this interview.
Anytime. It's a pleasure. No, definitely a pleasure to have you. So, guys, just to let you know, my fellow Victor's English skills are not up to snuff, obviously. Let's say that we don't really push English that much back in the Dominican Republic. Don't blame us, okay? Spanish is just good enough for us. So what's going to happen is that Victor and I will have a conversation, obviously, in English. And if for whatever reason he thinks that he cannot tell me in English, he's going to tell me in Spanish, and I'll just translate, okay? Just to let you know. Por cierto, Víctor, me está dando ese sonido del micrófono. No sé si usted se puede arreglar. Escucho como un...
Muy fuerte.
Exactamente, más o menos. Sí, ahora lo estoy escuchando menos. O sea, se está escuchando un poquito, exactamente, se está escuchando muchísimo mejor.
¿Tú me oyes?
Ya, exactamente. Sí, ahí está muy alto ya.
¿Aquí?
Déjame, sí, de hecho, déjame ver si podemos bajar el audio. Sí, porque está un poco alto eso. Espera un momentito. Déjame ver si se puede arreglar de mi lado. Just a moment, guys. Just fixing audio right here. Here we go. Entonces, vamos a bajar esto un poquito. Muy bien. Hable ahora. A ver qué tal.
¿Me escucha?
Sí, pero, ok. Sube un poquito más, que se escuchaba muy bajito. ¿Qué tal ahora?
Ahora, ¿sí que me puede oír?
Sí, déjame bajarlo un poquito más. Hable ahora de nuevo, para hacer el intento.
¿Y ahora? ¿Me oyes bien?
Sí, ok, perfecto. Ahí está mucho mejor. Okay, guys, I think we're good right there. Sorry for the audio difficulties if they happen. Okay, so let me just go back to this, and we should be okay. There we go. That should be good. Awesome. Okay, so okay, guys. So let's go start with the questioning. Okay, Victor. So let me ask you first of all, how did you get involved in rugby, or how did you discover the game?
Oh, wow. When I was a kid, my father asked me what type of sport I like because I am a sport guy. I like volleyball, baseball, football. But I say what I want to do is American football. I say, wow, but we don't play this here. I say, well, that's what I like. And then he have a friend. He used to be the president of the Rugby Federation at this time. His name is Rafael today. And I used to, I have a friend that plays something like American football, but I don't know if he will like it. Say, okay, I can try. And he come to my house and show me first, and that's how it started.
Okay, very well, cool. Beautiful. So you've been playing the game since you were how old? About 8, 9, 10?
Actually, no. I started. The first time was around 16.
Oh, okay.
I stopped because of school. Then start again on 18 when I started university. Then I had my insurance in my knees. Then stop again and start around 22. And since there, I'm playing without stop.
Very well. So how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
31.
Wow, my goodness. So you've been playing the game consistently for the past 9 years, correct?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. You're doing better than I am. I'll tell you that. I don't play at all. Okay, beautiful. Good. Okay, so when I always ask this to people usually. In which position did you start to play? What was your position when you started, back when you were 16?
The thing is, at this age, I was like a thin guy. I have around 180 pounds, and play wing
Hmm.
because I am I was so fast, and I was wing, and then but I was very strong. Then they moved me to second role.
Hmm. Lock. Yeah.
Yeah, the 5, 6, yeah, 4 and 5, and then I when I stopped on the 18, I started to get weight. I was around 295 pounds,
Wow.
and then I become a prop.
Ah, okay, so you went from wing to lock to prop,
Yes, and now I'm at 8.
and now you're eight man.
Yeah,
so so you went up and down, and
yeah,
then back up again. So you went 11, 14, 4, 5, then 1, 2, 1, 3, and now 8.
yeah,
So that's really funny. You went from the back to the forwards to the back row.
yeah.
So I find that quite funny. I have to say that's cool, awesome.
That's me whole.
Not to shall we? There we go. So let me ask you: do you feel better as an eight man than a prop, for example? Do you think as an eight man you do better than as a prop?
You know what? I have the opportunity to play each position in the game,
Ah,
each
okay,
one,
good.
each one. In important game, I have played each position in the game because at one moment I take the decision to become myself someone that can play anything, so I can help my team to win a game. But my skills, the way that I think, the way that I see the game is like a 8. That's what I like. I can
Mm,
I can do good prop, but I'm not so good as someone that have this mentality, and I feel better like 8.
okay, very well. There we go. That's good to hear. I mean, I don't hear that often of guys in the front row as either tight head or loose head props going to eight man. But hey, that's cool. I mean, I guess that happens depending on what happened. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so with that said, eh, in which team did you start to play, and where are you playing now? So, what was your first team, and what's your team now?
Okay, I start the first time with Red Dragons as the team that Tori was training at this moment, and
Hmm.
then because I was studying in the university in the West. So he asked me to move
Hmm.
to this team because he needs someone to help him to lead this new group. It was not a new group
Hmm.
exactly, but it was something like. And I moved to this new team, and then I will have the injury in my legs around the 18 when I start
Mm.
university. So I stopped, and when I come back to rugby with 295 pounds, I went back to Red Dragons because that was my first team, and since there I'm playing with them.
Very well. So you are a red dragon through and through. Dragón rojo por siempre. In other words,
Yes.
I like that. I like that. That's cool. That's cool. Very well. Awesome. Okay, so speaking of red dragons, how many teams do currently are in the Dominican Republic that you know of?
Okay. About for 15, we are 16 right now. And
Very well. So 16 for 15 teams.
yes, yes, that's the number that we have now. And 7, we have
Got it.
8 teams right now playing currently.
Oh, very well. So you're telling me there's more seven teams than 15 teams. In other words, so you go from 8 to 6.
Yes. The thing is that for
Very
us,
well.
we are our Dominican Republic rugby is in currently developed. So
Hmm.
we have to start with teams with 7 because it's less people, easier to train, and then when they start to like the game, they start to grow their teams. So that's how they become 15 teams. Two of the teams that we have now for 15, they used to be 17, and they say, you know what, I'm not gonna play 15 because that's not my game. And we sit with them, say, okay, look what happened. We need you to be a 15 team because for a growth, for the rugby in the Dominican Republic to grow, we need those numbers. So you have to. And now they are playing 50.
That's great, and that's something that we're being seen often nowadays, as in developing nations like the Dominican Republic that start their players playing either like rugby or tag rugby, and then they transition that to sevens, and from sevens to 15s. So what I would personally like to see in the future is that we have that transition in the country when we go from tag or rookie rugby for kids, move them to sevens, and then from sevens to 15s. Because in all honesty, hopefully in the future, crossing my fingers, if the Dominican Republic gets really good, I know we'll be really good at sevens. I know we have a huge development, huge potential in the country if you really push the game. And with the fact that you have all these kids back home playing baseball, which is our national sport, and not everyone makes it to Major League Baseball (MLB), you grab those players and you move them to rugby, because I mean they don't even go to basketball. And basketball is our second most popular sport in the country, and you don't even see that many Dominicans in basketball anyway, at least in the NBA, one or two.
Yeah.
But yes, I think that's a great idea, starting from sevens and then moving players to 15s. So that sounds great. Beautiful. Okay, so by the way, Victor, I'm getting the same sound again of the buzzing sound. So if you could, hopefully you can fix that again, brother. There we go. It went good there for a moment.
You get back.
Yeah, exactly. Now I hear you loud. Exactly. I mean, I'm not hearing the sound, but I hear you too loud now. So, give me a second. Let me see if I can move this back. Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. Let me hear you talk. See how it sounds now. Yeah, I hear nothing right now. Yeah, let me know, because I lost your sound. So if you want to plug in again. Well, guys, you know this is live for the one listener, with the one viewer. Sí, Víctor, pedí el sonido. No, ya no lo escucho. No, nada. No escucho nada. En caso de que quiera conectar de nuevo el micrófono, o no sé. Just a moment. Let's see if we could do this. Nada. Well, hopefully we get this fixed over here, guys. Just a moment. Ah, perfecto. Pues bueno, qué bueno que me escucho, porque no, ahora mismo perdí el sonido. En caso que quiera conectar el micrófono de nuevo, no sé. Aunque se escuche el sonido, pero al menos algo es algo. So, just a moment. Ah, pues, no, porque se está conectando, entonces ya no lo escucho, pero una cosa. Déjame ver si... Ok, ahí comencé a escuchar ya.
¿Tú me oyes?
Ahora sí. Ok, ahora sí. Yeah, now I can hear you, yes. Well, guys, I guess we're just gonna leave it like that. Ya vamos a dejarlo así. Ya. Que como decimos ya, caballo regalado no streamer del diente. Entonces vamos a dejarlo así. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that, guys, because I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, so moving on with the question. So again, guys, just to recap. So that was 6 teams for 15s, 8 teams for 7s, okay? So, speaking of the game back home, when does the season start and when does it end? As in which month or day specifically?
You mean for 15 or 7?
Uh, let's start for 15s first and then sevens.
Okay. Now a few years ago. We started the 16 around August, September to November, the end of the year.
Okay.
And now, because the thing is that RAN, that is the part of the World Rugby here in North and
Yeah, yeah. Rugby America's North.
Rugby, yes. They start the 7th at the end of the year and the 15th at the beginning of the year. So now we move our seasons and we start on February the 15th and end around June, May, and that because we need the people that plays rugby playing 15 now. So when we
Hmm.
have the national team playing training, they have the mental set of 15, not for 7. That happened before.
Hmm. Very well. So, okay, let me see if I understand. So the seasons have been moved. So 15s now starts from February to July, and then sevens goes from July to November.
No, actually, we when the 15 seasons end, we try to
Hmm.
do other type of rugby again, like universities, rugby beach for kids, and the 7
Hmm.
start actually from September to November.
Ah, very well.
Yeah.
Okay, very well. So very well. But this change is going to be implemented this year in 2018. This is the first time you're going to have big teams from February onwards, and then sevens in the summer.
Actually, that's the 3rd year
Oh, this is the third time. Oh, very well. The third year.
because
Okay, very well.
on the international competition we have to move. For example, now we are in the Rams Cup, so
Hmm.
we have to play against Curacao, Guyana, and I forgot the other team. So we are 4 teams in the cup. So that's the international season that we have this year.
Very well. Now, the other team that you may be forgetting, could it be Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, maybe?
It's not one of us because
Wow. Huh. I'm
they,
surprised.
they beat.
Because you.
Yeah, the last year we played against Turk and Caicos and Bahamas.
Bahamas. I remember, yes.
They beat us.
Okay, so you're not going to play them this year?
No, this year.
Neither team?
No.
Ah, okay, very well. I will tell you this, I would really like to see Dominican Republic playing Dominica. So that way you have a Dominican game. That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see Dominican Republic and Dominica play. I
yeah.
really want to see that.
We'll see.
To see who's the better Dominican. Think about it. That would be like the Dominica Cup, you could call it. The Dominican Cup.
Yeah,
You say Dominican, they say Dominican. And it's the same thing.
yeah. It's
Think about it. Think about it. I don't know. I don't know if there's a Dominica rugby union, but if there is, I'm going to find them and contact them and say, "Hey, I'm Dominican. I need you to play us because we have almost the same name in the alphabet. Please,
yeah. What?
please play us." Yes, exactly. So we come, with red, white, and blue, the flag, and they come with the blue flag with the cotorra in the middle.
Yeah.
So, by the way, guys, cotorra is parrot in Spanish. That's the Dominican word, because you don't know for it. But I'm telling you, we're hilarious. Think about it. It's really good. Awesome. Well, now that you told me the schedule, again with I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You mentioned you were playing Guyana and the other team. I'm sorry.
Diana.
Oh, Curacao. Yeah, Guyana and Curacao. Well, as far as I know, Dominican Republic has played Curacao twice, because if I find out there is a Dominican Curaçaoan Cup,
Yeah.
or as they say in Spanish, La Copa Dominico Curaçaeña. And I know Dominican Republic has won twice, 2016 and 2017. So you have their number. So you may beat Curacao again for a third time, which is great. Now Guyana is another thing because the Guyanese have a higher level of play. So I don't know. I mean, I wish the best of luck, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we are so excited to play with them again. Now Curaçao is
Hmm.
like our brothers for
Hmm.
another country. We have played with them 7 and 15.
Hmm.
For Guyana, we have many years without play against them, around 8 years, something like this.
Ah, very well.
So actually, for 15, I have not seen them play yet at this
Mm.
moment.
Wow. Well, I don't know if you know this, but they played Mexico and a development team in the United States called USA South Panthers,
Yeah.
and the Guyanese are really good. They have beaten both Mexico and the USA South team.
So,
So you're going to expect something really big out of them. So I hope they bring like a development team to you. So I mean they're strong but not too strong. So I mean I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully things go well for you guys. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, that's great, beautiful. But yeah, hopefully you get to play either Dominica or St. Vincent and the Grenadines, SVG, because I know they also have a team that's of the same level as Dominican Republic. So I think that could be a good competition, almost like just a Keiko's.
yeah, I will verify
But
with
that,
now if I just don't remember. Sorry.
well, sounds good. Well, now that we're talking about games, actually, let me ask you this following question. So, again, last year, the Dominican team played against Turks and Caicos in Providenciales, and Dominican Republic lost that game 24-15. And then the team played Bahamas in Santo Domingo, and they lost that game 42-5. Now, in my opinion, those are respectable scores for a team that doesn't play internationally. I think actually this is the first time the Dominican team has gone abroad to play. The first time you actually left the island, go to another island to play, which so I think is great. But let me ask you your opinion. What do you think of those scores? Do you think they reflect the effort on the field, or not?
Um, Actually, for the game against Turk and Caicos, the thing is that, as you say, it's the first time that Team 415 for the Dominican Republic went out to play rugby in an international cup.
Hmm.
So we have guys that they are strong, they have skill, but they are still no experience, and they happen. Now, what we are trying to do is develop new guys. So when this generation pass away, so we have a new guy, new group that can do the job.
Hmm.
That's what's happened that doesn't happen before. So now we have those guys are now have a year playing rugby, have more experience, more skills. Um, One thing that we are trying to work on it is the fitness. And was have something that was not good for us the last year. So we are working on it, and we are now we are best thing that we have.
Okay, that's good. So really, the problem for the team right now is that the guys need more fitness to let's say to be on the same level as the country the teams for the other islands, which may not have the I mean may not have as much fitness as the Dominican team, but but just to be a little either on the same level as them or just a little higher. Correct?
Yes. One thing that happened the last year was because for example, Turk and Caicos also have guys that was like a newbies in this at this moment, but those
Hmm.
their newbie guys was uh, have more physical condition than our newbie guys. So the
Hmm.
thing that matters at this point. But this year we are working so hard. Actually, on Saturday was our first training for the national team, 15, and it was a very good training. So we will do a very good job.
Very well done. So let me ask you, who is currently the head coach for the Dominican national team?
Now we have for the 15 we have Colin Brown. That's a Canadian that he moved here to work. He lives in Puerto Plata. It's a
Oh, very
small.
well. Hmm.
So he is first started to play with us with Red Dragons, and then
Hmm.
he moved there to work. And one time he say, "You know what, Victor? You don't have a 15 coach. I can do it. Okay, let's try." And that's how we beat Curacao twice.
Very well done. And so, who's your sevens coach right now?
We have Alexis Figuera. He is
Mhm.
Cuban.
Ah,
The
okay.
yeah, the Cuba came here to Dominican Republic on the 15th, 17, 16,
Hmm.
and they beat us 3 times.
Oh,
He, the minister at this point asked the coach if he can move here to train the rugby 7 team here in the Republic, and he said yes, I can, and he is with us now. He
very
have
well. And he coaches the men's team and the women's team.
yes as well.
Oh, wow. So he coaches both men's and women's. Okay, very well. Good, good. Is there a chance for the Dominican Republic team to go to Cuba and play? Because I mean, things in Cuba are, kind of whatever, but we have a good relationship with them. So can you guys go over there and play with them?
Yeah, we went there on the 16th.
Ah, okay, you been okay, 2016. Okay, very well.
They have like a national rugby tournament for 7, and we went there.
Okay,
The women beat their women's team because we
okay.
have won. But for the men, our team was second place.
Ah, okay. That's not bad.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm happy to hear that. Awesome. Okay, so speaking of international rugby, by the way, and we already mentioned the Dominican Curaçaoan Cup, and also I mean I don't know what was the last time, but I know Dominican Republic has also played the new Haitian team as well. So so with those again with these games from with Haiti and Curacao, how much these games have helped develop the team before the games against Bahamas and Turks and Caicos?
What happened with any game that you have that you participate in have experience to be is that you learn something
Hmm.
from the underdog team because
Hmm.
Haiti is their team is too new. They have like 4 years maybe now,
Oh, very well.
but they are too fast. They don't get tired. I don't know what they do, but
Do the Haitians, bro? You know how Haitians are. We're Dominican. We know, of
yeah.
course.
But
That's why we don't play them in football. 'Cause if we play football, soccer, we lose. That's why.
so
Same thing with football. Same thing.
we try with this team. We understand that there are a lot of things that we have to fix in our game. One of them, I don't know why it is so hard for us to make the fitness um, develop. I don't know. Maybe because we are not
Hmm.
professional and we have to do our by our own. But with this, one thing that helped us to beat Haiti is that because they have no experience with rugby, their hands is
Hmm.
no good. But
I
they are
understand.
fast and they don't get tired. Their fitness is good. But at least we have the strategy to beat them.
I understand very well. Are you scheduled to play the Haitian team this year?
The thing with the Hague is they have problems to come in here.
Ah, I see. Mhm.
Yes, and because of the relation between both countries, sometimes it's a problem for us also to go there and play. It was last
Ah,
year to do it, but it get complicated.
I understand. Well, I hope things get better in the future because I mean, you literally have your rival right there on the other side of the island. I mean, but because of politics, we cannot go across and they can come in. So which sucks.
Yeah,
But but I do hope that for later on in the future things get better and we could have more games with Haiti than we do with Curacao, which is almost next to Venezuela, which is really funny. So we'll see how that goes. Very welcome. Okay, great. Now, something I did not mention already, guys, is besides the fact that again, my fellow Victor is the president of the Dominican Rugby Federation. He's also the captain for the Dominican team. So this man right here has two titles, big titles too: president of the federation and captain. So Victor, let me ask you, how did you got to the position of captain of the team? One, and two, president of the federation? Because I think not many unions are like the Dominican Union.
no, we're special in this sense. Um, Actually, I don't like to talk about myself, but
Okay,
I am I am a good player.
very
And
well.
few years ago, I started a personal project for business, and I start to read some books
Hmm.
for leaders and that stuff. And I start to grow like a leader person, and also
Mm.
I am very good for sports. So I think there was the combination of my leadership in the field, the way that I communicate with others, team members, and because they look at me and they know that I that's what I think. I don't know. That's
Hmm.
know that I can help them to do a better job. It's, maybe I'm not the best one, but at this point, uh, I'm trying to grow in this sense to start doing better than what I have doing now.
Very well then. So, in your position as president, how you got to become president of the federation?
That's that's something complicated. I was with I used to work with Rafael Sori. He was
Hmm.
who used to be the president for rugby here in the Dominican Republic, and just we just have one group. Actually, the first election that we have at this point, it was not another group. It was the only party that we have at this moment. But then we have some, how can I say, some argument or the thing is that the group get divided in two, and actually I was not thinking to be part of the rugby federation anymore because I didn't like the situation at this point. So, but one friends asked me to be with him. Is they say okay, I can try, and then we were thinking that maybe Suri can be our president at this moment. But he say, no, you know what? I am with the other party. I cannot be with you because I already talked to him. I say, okay. So our project is done because we don't have a president now. And then someone say, but you have the best president with you. We ask, who? Victor. I look at him, say, how do you mean with Victor? Yes, you can be the president. And I say, okay, let's do it. And we make the elections, and out of 35 bottles that we have at this point for collection, we get 22. So it was good.
Okay, then. So you were voting in as president by your fellow players, I guess, if you want to call it that, and people within the union.
Yes, at this point, who have the rifle vote is it was all the direct administrative people of the team. At this point, we have 16. Oh, let me check. We have 14 that can have this the right of the vote. Each one have 7 votes, and also the currently Rugby Federation at this moment, each member have a vote, so they have 35 at this moment.
Very well then. Okay. Now, for those of you that may not know, guys, the gentleman that Victor's mentioning, Mr. Rafael Sori, not only was he the past president before Victor, he's also been instrumental, really, in developing the game in the country. So this guy is a big deal. Actually, if you go to YouTube, you may find a video at the World Rugby YouTube page called "How Rafael Sori Transformed Rugby in the Caribbean," talking about a bit about him and how he developed the game. Now, as far as I know from that video that I'm talking about, guys, rugby in the Dominican Republic came into the country, I believe, in the 60s or 70s, to a French gentleman that I believe used to I think he was a teacher in the Autonomous University of Santo Domingo, La West, which is, by the way, the first university in the Americas, top-notch institution, the best university in the country. So Victor obviously graduating from there is a really big deal. That's why I didn't go. Is that my family was not of a high income back home. That's why we had to come to the States. But yeah, but the game really got developed around that time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Victor. Wasn't it this French gentleman who brought the game to the country through La West?
Yes, well, let me think. I'm sorry, I don't have the name now. Let me look for it.
Yeah, sure. You go right ahead. But if I'm not mistaken, this individual again, who was the gentleman who brought the game to the country, the French really like going to the Dominican Republic, so that's probably why it got developed like that. And we didn't get the English for one bringing it in, but it's okay. But no worries. You don't have to kill yourself over the name. But if I'm not mistaken, it was a French guy
It was a
who brought the game.
Actually, here in the Dominican Republic, our rugby, the name of the position of the situation of the game have actually a French. For example, we use melee. We don't say scrum. So sometimes you say okay in scrum and at the beginning, because now it's everybody knows. They say a scrum and the people say what? When you say a melee, okay, melee. Yeah, because that's a French name of the position.
Very well. So you use the French terms for some of the things in the game, like melee, I assume, and ampilar, and well, I mean, of course, also because in Spain, Spain also got a lot of those French words too, and to turn into Spanish, you got pilar, talonador, which is hooker, and then segunda línea, tercera línea, those stay the same, and then you got medio melee, apertura, which is the scrum half and the fly half, and the wings are alas, centro, which is center, and the fullback. The fullback in French is arrière, but in Spanish we say zaguero with a Z. So exactly. So it's kind of funny how that goes.
Well, here is actually like a nature of everything. Because, for example, we to the 15 guy we call fullback.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mix.
Very well done.
Right.
Okay, very well. I personally like the terms in Spain because they just sound really funny. Instead of saying hooker, you say talonador. That sounds strange to me. So, and zaguero, that's like zaguero, like what? It just sounds funny. That's why I just like using Spanish terms or the English terms. I think it sounds better than fullback. In all honesty.
Yeah.
So, so moving from that, so let's talk some. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the players. So, in your opinion, obviously, who are the the I guess who are the most highlighted players in the Dominican Republic, whether they play in the national team or not? I think players that people should be looking out for.
Okay. We have a few guys, very good. One of them is Arnold Figueroa. This is he started with Sori. He was very young when he started to play rugby. He was like 12 years old, and now he have 22. So he have around more than 30 years of playing. He is a very skillful guy. He is very, have good speed. He's strong. He have vision of the situation of the game. Sometimes, like like anyone, he like to hit. He like the contact in the game.
Mhm.
That's something that maybe kill us our game because, for example, against Troopmakers, um, that was one of the things that they told us that we have to fix. Is that when one of us take the balls, what we want to do is hit the guy in front of us, so he knows who was there. But sometimes you have to pass the ball.
Mhm. Of course. So you say his name is Arnold Figueroa, correct?
Yeah, the people know him like El Rusito.
El Rosito.
El Rusito.
Well, El Rusito, as in the little Russian guy. El Rusito, as in el ruso, pero Rusito.
Yeah, the thing is that his mom is from Russia, so his brother,
Oh.
the first one that we met, so we called him the
Mhm.
Russo. So when we knew him,
Ah,
we
El
become,
Rusito, I get it.
yeah,
Oh my God. So he's half Russian, half Dominican.
yes. Yeah.
Very well. Good. Let me ask you, does he speak Ruski? He speaks Russian?
Ah, he,
I don't think so, right? But I'm asking just in case.
no, he cannot speak.
No, he doesn't, right? I'm not that surprised. Wow, that's what I need to see him. I need to see that mix. How he looks like a Russian Dominican mix.
Actually,
Sounds very interesting.
he is not so tall. He's
Oh, he's
no,
tall.
he's not.
Oh, he's not very
No,
tall.
he's not very tall, but he has very good strength. He's very fast. He's a very,
Very well.
he's, he's a very good player.
Very well. But let me see now that you mentioned Arnold. Like if you look at him, do you say to yourself, yeah, that guy is Dominican, or you're like, dang it, I don't know, that guy looks too white. He might be one of those jabaos from El Cibao. Like,
Yeah,
does it look like that or
it's like a halal. Yeah,
just like that, like a jabao?
yeah,
I like that. By the way, but for the people listening, a Habao is someone from the north of the Dominican Republic who's white. Because we're using obviously Dominican terms. El Cibao is the north of the country. That's how we call it. So usually in the north is where you have the Habaos, the white people, and then up closer to the coast on the east of the country where you got, for example, the Samana Peninsula, you got the black people. A lot of them from the little islands of the Caribbean, and we call them cocolos. So you got cocolos and jabaos.
yeah.
So big difference. So that's how you sort of know. So again, Dominican terms. This is really funny. Okay, and Arnold plays which position?
He is 10.
Okay, okay, he plays fly half. Okay, good. Okay, so good fly half.
Yes, I know.
Okay, that's good. But relatively, for Dominican terms, it's a good fly half.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good. Any other players that you may also say they're like in the same level as him?
yeah. Also, we have because now the last year in our actions to develop the seven national team, we make something like
Hmm.
can I say a concentration for those guys that we have. They have very good skills and very good potential for rugby. So we met a guy. His name is Luis Remigio. We call it. We both told him El Trote.
El Trote. Wow, I like that. I like that nickname, El Trote.
Yeah, he's similar like Arnold. It's just that he is have more strength. It's
More strength, like a lot stronger.
exactly, exactly.
I
But he's
gotcha.
fast. He's have very skilled with the legs. He's very good. He's very good.
And he also plays back.
He is yes, he is back. He is for
Okay, wing, center, fullback.
yes, center.
Oh, center. Very well done. Okay, there you go. Okay, you play the front row. Tell me who's good in the front row.
In the front row,
Come on, tell me about the front row guys. Tell me about the big donkeys.
we have one guy. His name is Raul. He is half Dominican, half Venezuelan.
Have Dominican, have Venezuelan.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. He have played with us a lot of times, like 5 years now. A
Mm,
very strong guy. Yeah, he is one of the front row. And also now we have
okay, so
a new a new guy. His name is Andre. He's a very young guy. He just have just a few days ago he had 20 years old. But he's
oh, okay.
a very strong guy. He's fast, have a good legs for his body, and yeah, he's one of the those new stars for rugby.
Hmm. So this Venezuelan guy. So he plays prop, a hooker,
Prop.
prop, and the young kid you're telling me he sounds to me that he plays flanker maybe.
No, he played prop as well.
Oh, he's prop. Okay, so he's a fast prop. Okay, good.
He's a prop.
Okay, so two props. Good. There we go. So you see him in the future taking your place when you retire.
Yeah. He's
Okay,
one
there
of
you go.
those that uh,
Okay, so he's going to be a good replacement for Victor Silverio, is what you're telling me, right?
yeah.
Exactly. So when you go to when you go back to the bench, he comes in and he's your substitute. He's your sub.
Actually, no. Now I am not those that go to the bench at this point.
Mm.
But when I look at him, I remember when I used to play when I was his age.
I understand. I gotcha. Well, that's good to hear. Beautiful. Okay, so you give me some good players. You gave me two guys in the front row and two in the back. So as I told you before, Victor, you know our podcast, Earful of Dirt, it focuses on the development of Major League Rugby, which is this new league coming to the United States. Now, are you? Let me ask you: are you following the development of the league as it comes in April? Are you following the news by any chance?
Actually, not. I don't have all the news. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but we think that it's a very good moment for rugby here in the
Mm-hmm.
Dominican Republic because we have a reflection of what happened in the United States. So if they start to work
Mm-hmm.
in rugby, I know that here we'll start to know what is going on with rugby because for us sometimes it's so hard. People rugby
Mm-hmm.
is that. Ah, it's like American football. Ah, okay, you're those guys to hit themselves without protection.
Mm-hmm.
But now with the development of the rugby league in the United States, things will start to be better here.
Very well. Now, well, if you want, obviously, if you want to stay in touch with everything happening in the league, you just listen to the podcast and we'll let you know. Obviously, you just talk to me and I'll let you know what's happening as well. So I'll keep you posted. So there's no problem with that. Now, and going back to the question regarding the players, let me ask you: um, of those players you told me, or other players around in the country, who do you think you was the has the skills to play in the Major League Rugby team? Like, which Dominican player do you think right now can play professional rugby?
Well, uh, that's playing the professional team is you need a combination of things: experience, you have
Hmm.
the skills, and you have to have the right age to
Of
be
course,
one of those
I
guys.
agree.
Um, at this point, those two guys that I just mentioned to you, Arno and Luis, the Trote, I think that they are very good to be there. I have, for example, one of the guys I didn't mention to you, of at least two of them. One of them is Diego, that is a center as well, and Luis David, that is one strong half. Uh, we have a friend that they help them to open the opportunity to play with a team. It's not a professional team, but it's like a second category for United States team.
Hmm.
So, for example, Diego in February goes to Florida to play with the team there.
Ah, very
He's,
well.
he's from Villa Altagracia.
Mm.
And also, Luis David, unfortunately, November the last year, he get an injury in the legs, so he cannot
Ah.
go to the last year.
I gotcha.
He cannot go, unfortunately. But yeah, we have very good guys. Some of them at this point maybe don't have the experience enough to be part of the professional team, but with that little, for example, Andres, this prop that I just talked to you,
Hmm.
they're very good. You just need a little bit more of uh, the technique and a little bit
Hmm.
more experience, and I think that he's someone suitable to play with the professional team in the United States.
Okay, very well. That's good to hear. Now, you mentioned this kid. For my non-Dominicans, Villa Altagracia is a neighborhood in the capital. It's not one of the best ones, in all honesty, but things are getting a little better, for what I heard since I left the country. But so this gentleman that you mentioned to me, that he's from Villa Altagracia, but he lives in Florida, right?
No, he will move to Florida in February.
Ah, okay, very well then. So he visits Florida place and then comes back to the Dominican Republic.
At this point, he will make the season there, and then we will
Hmm.
see if he wants to stay there or he will come back. But
Ah, okay, very well.
maybe because he have a friend now, is from Villa Altagracia as well, and
Hmm.
he plays in United States and then come here to play the seventh season and the third
Hmm.
season sometime. So I think that he will try to do the same.
Sounds good. Now, speaking of Dominicans in the United States and abroad, have you got a couple of guys that that would like to play for the Dominican team that are playing in the United States or Spain or Italy or any other area in the world outside of the country? Has
Act-
anyone contacted you about it?
Actually, yes, we have few guys from United States that want to play with us. Actually, we have Rafael, that was the guy to help Diego to find this team in Florida, and he
Hmm.
played with us the last international tournament for Run in Mexico.
Mm, very well.
So now with him, and I hope that you help us with this as well. We are trying to locate some guys that can play with us in the national
Very well.
team.
Well, I will definitely help if I know of any Dominican brothers playing. I say, hey, if you can make it for the Eagles, but about playing back for the homeland. So yeah, definitely. I mean, I already know two guys on top of my head that I would definitely would like to see the Dominican team. One of them you already know, Willie Dominguez, who's half Dominican, half Puerto Rican, and he may play in Major League Rugby probably if he gets picked for the New York team that's coming next year. And you got my friend that you saw in the picture on Facebook, Osvaldo Garcia, who plays for Iona in New Rochelle in upstate New York. So yeah, I would definitely would love to see those two guys play for the Dominican team in the future.
Yeah,
If they don't make it for the U.S. team, for example.
yeah. For us, be because that will help us to grow.
Hmm.
Uh, that's what the people needs to be. The needs to see the
Hmm.
American team uh, winning important games. So that's why we work on it. So yeah, if someone of them can help us to do it, for us will be a pleasure to play with them.
Beautiful. Hey, that's great. Well, Victor, let me ask you one last question, so I can let you go, brother, because I have hold you here for a while, almost like an hour, and I'm really thankful for your time. So this last question, going back to Major League Rugby, I guess I guess once the league starts and starts getting big back home in Dominican Republic, I guess we're just going to call it Las Grandes Ligas de Rugby,
Yeah,
like the major leagues of rugby. I think that's how we're gonna call it.
yeah.
So let me ask you, what are I mean, I know you're not following the league much, but just to let you know, there are 7 teams. Uh, so what are your expectations for Major League Rugby? Because do you think it will be a good idea for the league to open their doors for players not only from the United States or from Canada, but also from other parts of the Americas, so that way they can develop the game in those countries? So, for example, you pick up a couple of Dominican kids and you put in their academy. You pick up a couple of Mexican kids, you put them in the academy. You pick up some kids from Guyana or Curacao, you put them also in the academies, so that way they can develop the game like that. Do you think this league has almost like the mission almost to grow the game not only in the United States or Canada, but also in the Americas as a whole?
Uh, United States understand very well how the sport works. The point is
Hmm.
to make show. I don't like the word show, but it's something like this. What the people wants to see is a very beautiful game. So they want to see the stronger people, faster people, good players, good plays. So if you understand, if United States understand that in the Dominican Republic they have guys, very tall guys, very stronger guys. They use it for baseball, or they can see, oh, but this big guy, the we will now we have the mission to start to develop those guys. So when the United States say, okay, the Dominican Republic, they have very strong people, strong guys, but we can use it for rugby. That's how they make the game develop there. They understand the situation because that's what they do. They
Hmm.
make the things get better. So yes, I know that when the league start to grow, they will start to pick up some guys from the Dominican Republic, from uh, Mexico, or even from Cuba. They are very, uh, you know, imagine they have big
Hmm.
guys like this size, something like this.
I'm sure. I'm sure of that.
That's amazing. But yes, we have the potential here. We have very strong people, very skillful in any sense. So yeah, for definitely they will when they see the potential of the league, they will start to look at other places that made them grow as a team and as a
Hmm.
well.
Very well. Well, I mean that sounds great, again, I cannot wait to see that because something else too, guys. Before we're done with the conversation, is that again going back to baseball, like I said, it's the national pastime of the country. What teams in Major League Baseball have done is that they have facilities in the Dominican Republic where they have kids, they train them, and they pick a specific day of the year where they grab these kids, take them to the United States, and they put them in the minor leagues and they start developing them. So what I personally want to see is something similar to that, but for rugby, and made better. Because the thing is that once those kids get injured or something happens to them, that's it, they throw them away. And unfortunately, these kids leave the country with no skills because a lot of them decide to leave school to focus on their baseball. So if you could just keep them in school and get them to get those skills plus the game, that would be great. So I would definitely love to see that in the future for the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, and now those guys that are starting in those concentration fields, they are starting to develop the students. They start to study, and now some of them, when they have the opportunity to travel to the United States, they try to go to university, and they are getting more um, developed in the mind to understand that sometimes the sport is not enough. Sometimes you don't have the, I don't know, the rookie or something like this, like you be in a good team, but
Mhm.
they have the experience, they have the tools that this experience gave to them.
That's exactly right. And let me tell you, the university game here in the States is huge. So if you could get some of those guys, like for example Osvaldo Garcia, and put them in a university team, that's gonna get the development almost as high as playing for a professional team.
Yeah,
So yeah, it would be great if that could happen.
yeah.
That would be really good.
What we have to
In fact,
work on it.
very welcome. Okay, beautiful. So let me see, guys. Let me see, because I think I was going to ask one. Oh yes, yes. I cannot finish the conversation without mentioning this. So Victor, there's this team which is in let me see, in Houston. It's called the Houston SaberCats. In Spanish, that will be it will be los gatos dientes de sable de Houston. They will be like something like that. That will be like their name in Spanish or something like that. Well, they got one guy playing that team who's a Haitian guy, and I cannot wait to see that Haitian guy play in the Haitian team playing against Dominican Republic. Really good. He's a really good wing. His name is Momachari. Like like really like big, tough Haitian guys. Like the ones that work in construction in DR, like that. But this brother is huge. I haven't seen him play, but I have heard he plays really good. So keep in mind, Haiti has one player in Major League Rugby. Dominican Republic has none. So let it be in the record that the Haitians beat us in that. The Haitians have a professional player, we don't.
Yeah, that's
Let me tell you right now.
work.
Let me tell you, this is really funny. This is really funny. Beautiful. Well, Victor, brother, let me let you go. Thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias. It's been a pleasure to have you. Let me tell you, brother, your English skills way better than mine when I left Dominican Republic when I was 11 years old. So let me tell you, you killed it. I thought I had to translate, but I don't have to. So thank you very much, bro. You saved me the travel of doing all that.
Yeah, thank you for you to give me the opportunity to talk about rugby. That's something that I just like. And yeah, thank you for letting the people know that rugby is in the Dominican Republic, and we are working on do a better job with the sport here. So we hope that the people here start to love rugby as us. So we will do a very great job.
Beautiful. And let me tell you, I'm going to be bringing you back to the show, probably maybe at the end of the ending of the season, or something like that, so I can get an overview of what happened throughout the year. So you'll be back in the show.
Yes.
You're coming back later this year, and if you're not coming back later this year, you're coming back next year in 2019, before the start of the season. And hopefully I can get you after season 1 of Major League Rugby is over. Hopefully you have seen some of the games and you could tell me what you thought of it. So I'll definitely bring you back.
Yeah, we arrange and I will be back.
Beautiful. By the way, next time you need to give me the info for Colin Brown because I would definitely like to interview him.
Oh, of course I can give him. Yeah.
Beautiful. So yeah, so if you could send me his email, I'll hit him up and hopefully we can get Colin back. So keep in mind, guys, Colin Brown, guys, is again the head coach for the FIG team of the Dominican Republic. Again, he's Canadian, but he played for the Dominican team before, so he's already capped. But I would like to get his Canadian view of the game in the Dominican Republic. Beautiful. Awesome. So again, Victor, thank you very much, brother. It's my pleasure to have you. So again, guys, this is Victor Perez with Earful of Dirt. Signing off. Once again, this was Lineouts interview episode 12. Again, with Victor Silverio. Again, from the Dominican Rugby Federation and the Dominican national team. Thank you very much.